You know, I'm kind of thinking we should bring the Nazi salute back.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Fuck you, fuck your tiny hat, fuck Israel. Shut the fuck up.
So today we have Andrew Tate in total damage control because after the cringy coalition decided to link up, it really hasn't been going well for any of them, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, the content that came from this stream was very hard to watch. It was literally just a bunch of men glazing each other and speaking down on women and then sprinkling in a little bit of racism every so often. But I'll be honest, y'all, I really used to enjoy the content that Andrew Tate used to put out. I think that it's important to have male figures who promote maintaining masculinity, not that toxic masculinity, but the idea that men should still be men. But this new generation red pill content, y'all, oh my God. This is not it. But check me out, y'all. If you guys want to be a part of the cash giveaway, I'm literally selecting 10 people to literally just give money to. And all you have to do to be a part of it is leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and then comment when done. That is literally it.
A Miami Beach nightclub catching heat, accused of celebrating hate with a song about Hitler. Controversial influencers are also in a video from a limo. In that one, they're singing, and one of them is performing a Nazi salute. The mayor has this message.
It's disgusting, it's shameful, and you are not welcome in Miami Beach.
I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I'm not here to say it wasn't me. I'm not here to, blame someone else. But it is kind of ridiculous. It does feel a bit unfair that I'm standing in a nightclub. A song comes on that I did not request. A song comes on that I do not dance to. I do not repeat the lyrics to. I just stand there. And then they want to attribute somehow the song playing to me and it all being my fault. I totally understand some people are offended by it. I get it. So I'm sorry to anybody who is offended. I'm sorry to anybody who's offended.
I don't want an apology. Nobody. I don't think this is a I don't think this is a podcast to bring you on to apologize.
Not at all. All right, so Andrew Tate is in trouble once again. This guy just...
Bro, have y'all ever heard of guilty by association? Bro, it's a bad look to be surrounded by a bunch of dweebs who are singing this song. Hell, huh?
Always finds himself in the middle of controversy. And, his whole career now is him just trying to do damage control. I mean, he's even apologizing now. So he must be really freaking out over the recent backlash because this is making him look really pathetic here. Like, he's doing whatever he can to distance himself from this live stream he is part of with Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, and this Lux Maxer character, where they're playing Kanye's song Heil Hitler in a van on the way to the club. And then also they got the DJ at the club to play it, which Tate seemed to be fine with. But, of course, now that he's getting a ton of backlash, he's doing whatever he can to walk it back and apologize and try to play the victim. Like, somehow Tate is the victim in every situation. Like, all he does now is just go around on podcasts crying about how he can't catch a break and he's always being taken advantage of. Like, every appearance he makes on PBD, they have to do PR for him. They spent the first 40 minutes talking about this like they're his parents and they need to make sure he learns from his mistake, while also trying to put the blame on everyone else and throw them under the bus and vindicate Tate. I mean, you could sense the desperation here. And it's funny, they seem more worried about this than Tate being an alleged human trafficker. I mean, there are parts of this where it felt like an intervention, and all the comments are like, what is going on here? And Tate's simps are kind of
I'm not going to lie. I'm tired of this whole Andrew Tate human conversation, bro. Like, it's old, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I genuinely don't think, I stand on the side where I genuinely don't think that he did what it's alleged that he did, bro. At this point, if it was true, he would have been in jail for the longest amount of time. They would have had evidence. They would have had people come out. The same way that Jeffrey Epstein got exposed by real victims is the same way Andrew Tate would have been exposed if it really did happen. But no one came out to speak against him because it didn't happen. They're just trying to throw dirt on his name. That's just my opinion, though.
At PBD because they felt like this was an ambush and Tate was put on the spot and they made him look bad because it did kind of feel like a humiliation ritual, but they also are just trying to help him do PR. Like, the first thing Tate did when he started getting backlash was call PBD's co-host, Adam Sosnick, who's Jewish, and Adam spent all day helping them come up with a plan on how to handle this, and he even called the mayor of Miami to defend Tate.
Nobody online or in the Jewish community defends you more online or behind the scenes than me. I had dinner with Tristan and Justin Wall the other day. I got the call. It's Sunday. You ruined my day. At the very least, you ruined my Sunday.
Bro, I woke
with my
up,
nephew.
I woke up. I was like, what
I
the
feel
fuck?
you. And I get a call from not one person, not two, everybody.
Yep.
Your brother, you're texting me, Justin Waller, the club owners, the DJ. The reason I came to the house, he was my first text. I said, Waller, what's going on? So he sends me the video. Tristan could be James Bond.
Yeah.
He's a little stressed out. He's like, bro, I want to come to Miami. I don't want this in my life. I know you know people. Like, respectfully, like, hook a brother up. I got you. I'm on the phone with the mayor of Miami Beach. What do I tell you? Hey, sir, I'll call you right back. 1 minute. He's saying, dude, I don't know this song.
Yeah.
I'm a country guy. And I see you walk out of the van, and I'm like, all right, well, the song was on for 10 seconds.
So Tristan and Andrew were freaking out about this, and they all went running to Adam, who's just insufferable. This guy's the worst. People can't stand him. Most of the comments on PBD shows are just trashing him. But I guess he's got a lot of connections, and he always goes to bat for Tate for some reason. It's funny, he's always complaining about anti-Semitism, but always defends Andrew and Tristan Tate, who of course now are like, well, we had nothing to do with that. I can't believe they would play that song. I don't even know about that song. But when it first came out, Tate posted a video of him driving around listening to it. And last year, he said we should bring the Nazi salute back.
You know, I'm kind of thinking we should bring the Nazi salute back. Because the people we've been arguing with for the last 4 years have no interest in objective truth.
So it's hilarious now seeing Tate be like, we were really uncomfortable with that song being played and everybody's behavior. That was too far. Like all of a sudden now they have this high moral standard, which obviously they're just pretending they do because they're trying to save their own ass. But it's just insulting to people's intelligence. Like PBD talks about how uncomfortable Tristan and Andrew looked during the stream, but Tristan was literally singing the lyrics and looked like he was having a great time. I mean, they definitely didn't seem to care at all until they got backlash. Also, if they had a problem with it, why not tell them not to play it or turn it off or just leave? Like, these are supposed to be the big bad alpha males that are always in control of their environment, but now we're expected to believe that they were like peer pressured and too scared to say anything. Like, these people are so pathetic.
When I watched the video, Andrew, with you and them, Tristan looks extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay? And the way you were smiling, because I saw a lot of, everyone's texting me. You know, you and I communicate, we have conversations together. You looked extremely uncomfortable as well. You're smiling, but you're not, you know already what's going to happen. It was almost a look where I said, Tate knows what's about to happen next.
Yeah, the shock value really isn't worth it to me. I mean, I've said some shocking things, and people will believe my brand is built on shock value, but I think they're at least shocking opinions. I like to think that I'm sitting there saying, this is my opinion, you may find it shocking, but this is what I truly believe.
So I guess Tate truly believes we should bring back the Nazi salute, since he doesn't say anything for shock value. I mean, it's so funny seeing these guys try to bullshit everyone. Like, another move Tate always does is he'll be like, listen, I don't make excuses, I don't want to blame anybody else, but I could if I wanted to. Then makes a bunch of excuses and blames everybody else. So it looks like the plan him and the PBD crew came up with, because they obviously talked about this beforehand, was to convince everybody that the Tates were really uncomfortable and it was all Sneako's fault. He played the song and he's the one that should really be blamed here. So they try to throw him under the bus, which again is so embarrassing because these people claim.
Imagine folding under zero pressure. And bro, this is hilarious, bro.
To be all about loyalty and camaraderie, but then as soon as shit hits the fan, Tate's like, it wasn't me, it was all his fault, I had nothing to do with it.
I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I'm not here to say it wasn't me. I'm not here to, you know, blame someone else. Maybe I should. Maybe most people in my position would say, Sneako's insulted me a whole bunch of times. I didn't even want him there. He got invited by the other guys. He put the song on. He got me in trouble. Perhaps I should sit here and just blame some other dude. And he came along and he made a fucking mess. And I could sit here and blame it all on him. But that's truthfully not, I don't know, that just feels wrong to me. I'm not going to sit here and say who else it was. I'm just going to say I didn't do it. I'm just going to say that I didn't play the song. I don't find the song funny. I didn't think it was appropriate to do.
But I think Sneako played the song.
Yeah.
I think Tristan explicitly told me that Sneako played the song.
On everything, and it's ridiculous. And I think in that sense too, Andrew, they use you, which I know you're upset. You have to be. They use you to play that song to be like, look who's with us. And you're right. I saw you. You walked right out, and even in the nightclub, you were kind of like whatever. But I would be even more livid because coming from a guy that has a Jewish father, brings you in, plays the Hitler song, and then you're the only guy that's going to catch real flack for it.
Yeah, I think.
And I don't know what the hell Vinny's talking about. Everybody involved is getting a lot of shit for this. I think Sneeko is banned from like every club and restaurant in Miami.
Yeah, he's cooked.
And
Sneeko's
I don't think their
cooked.
plan was to set Tate up and play the song so he'd get in trouble either.
Sneeko's
But of
cooked,
course,
bro.
everyone always acts like Tate just can't catch a break. He's always getting taken advantage of and being victimized. I don't know how he's the top alpha male, but then also at the same time, everybody's infantilizing him constantly. So
It's like Andrew Tate has the reputation of being the top G. So obviously they're going to look at him with a certain level of responsibility. You have somebody like Sneeko or this new little white kid who's a look maxer or something like that. Bro, they're obviously doing this stuff for clout. It's like they're literally trolling the internet for views.
PBD and his crew are just so desperate to help Tate save face for some reason. Maybe because they're worried it could reflect badly on them too. Like the mayor of Miami is not fucking around with this shit. Like earlier that day, they literally sent law enforcement to a lady's house who made a Facebook post making fun of him for being a Zionist. Of course, the free speech warriors aren't talking about that at all, but that's pretty wild. Then also, I guess he personally called Sneeko and told him if he doesn't apologize, he's not welcome in Miami. So that's probably why Tate apologized.
The mayor called me up today and he said, if you want to be welcome in Miami again, if you don't want to go be in the cold New York all the time, you got to apologize. He said you need to apologize if you want to still enjoy Miami, if you want to be welcome in Miami. You think this is easy? You think how many people you think are to be able to take this heat? Obviously not. Top G couldn't. But I thought we're supposed to escape the Matrix. Because I know I didn't do anything wrong.
And Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, that looks Maxter guy, and Myron all doubled down. Like, Nick went off on the mayor, and Myron, of course, acted like a lunatic. This dude is unreal. And it's funny, because Tate is like, I'm uncomfortable with the anti-Semitic behavior, but him and Myron are best friends, and this was Myron's response to the backlash.
And the Jew mayor of the city puts out a statement. Hey, my ancestors died in the Holocaust. That's not funny. You're glorifying Hitler. Dude, shut the up. You, your tiny hat, Israel. Shut the fuck up, bitch. This is America. We have a First Amendment. Shut up. The song doesn't care about your feelings.
So you could tell PBD and his crew definitely want Tate to cut these people off. That's why Vinny was acting like Tate was set up and betrayed by them. And also PBD was trying to tell him that he needs to stop putting himself in positions like this. And Adam called his crew the Nazi Avengers. But Tate still defended Myron. He also did his podcast after all the backlash, and he said they're still friends. And he said he doesn't think anybody in that crew is anti-Semitic. So he had to walk a fine line during this interview because he wants to distance himself from all the controversy, but also he doesn't want to throw all his friends under the bus like the PBD crew wants him to. And it's funny because Tate is like, listen, they're a bunch of kids. They don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to get attention, even though they're all in their 20s and Myron's like 40. And also at the same time, Tate is like, this is a group of grown men. They made their own decisions and I had nothing to do with it.
But when you show up to a club with the Nazi Avengers, Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, Sneeko, you're going to get looped into this, and whose head's going to roll first? Well, not some cloud kid nobody's heard of. Andrew Tate, you're the leader.
But if I'm totally honest with you, I don't think that any of them are deeply anti-Semitic genuinely, and I don't think that any of them really thought it through. Honestly, I think they're just kids. I think they're just kids. It gets a reaction. They think they're funny. They're on the internet. They need a reaction. They want likes, and they did some fucking dumb shit. Full-grown men made decisions while I sat on my phone. I then got off the bus and stood in a nightclub while other people played songs while I sat on my phone. If they want to crucify me for that, that's up to them. Myron made the Nazi salute because he thought it was funny. That's Myron to come here and defend.
Of course.
It's not for me to sit here and come here and defend. Myron is someone I know and I respect and I like. Even if he did something that offended me, even if I found that offensive, I would still say, okay, well, I like Myron. The question is, could I have stopped it? Well, no, because I didn't even know they were doing it. What I could do is when they put it on the car is leave the car.
I think you could have stopped it. I think you could have stopped it.
How?
I think you could easily stopped it.
How?
Facts.
First of all,
play the clip of when it comes on the car and I leave the car. What else am I supposed to do?
Let me tell you what I'll tell you what I would do. For instance, you guys go out. Do you think if you invite me, I'm coming out?
If I invite you, will you come out?
Do you think if you guys go to a nightclub and the two of you guys invite me, am I coming out?
You probably not.
Why would I not come out?
Because I guess you don't enjoy going to nightclub.
So behind the scenes, these guys are all probably telling Tate he needs to cut these people off and are like, can you please behave yourself? Like, Tate is always getting caught up in shit. Like, last time he came to America.
I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, I genuinely have two thought processes behind this. Number one, he could have definitely done something about it. That song should have never been played. And number two, he shouldn't even, like, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, he shouldn't even be around these little kids. If he thought that they were doing this for clips, and I get it, social media is something about brand, it's building your reputation. You get more clicks, you get more views, you get more views, you get more money. That's just the way social media works. But at the end of the day, there's something called morality, right? There's something called actual discernment. And I feel like in a situation like this, that wasn't applied. I don't think Andrew Tate is necessarily a bad man. Like I said, I genuinely believe that he has a lot of positive messages when it comes to who you and how you should act as a man. But do I agree with everything else that he does? Obviously not. Now, there are guys like Myron, for example. Brother, I can't agree with a single thing that he says. He is literally the definition, in my opinion, of homosexual. This man speaks poorly on every woman that he ever meets on his podcast and then glazes his friend on stream. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But look, yeah, I'm going to end this video here. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe. I'm curious to know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. I'm going to catch y'all next one, man. Peace.